The year 2025 was one shaped by significant development in the economy, financial markets, and business space. WebTV captured some of the major events of corporations, organizations, institutions, and professional bodies that are instrumental to national development and economic transformation. In the first quarter, the groundbreaking ceremony of First Bank headquarters in Echo Atlantic City brought together business leaders, bankers, the political, public office holders, and leaders of thought to witness a significant shift for Nigeria's oldest banking group.
I'm happy for First Bank. I'm happy that I'm here to witness this economic indicator that's happening. As you see it happening here in Lagos, in Echo Atlantic, a dream that was envisioned by our president when he was governor. As you see it happening here, it's happening all over the country. It is happening in my state.
The First Bank iconic tower, it's a validation of a belief not only in the economy of Lagos, but also the validation of a belief that the Echo Atlantic City is a project, a development project that is alive and is real. And so with the groundbreaking of what we've seen here today, not only has First Bank laid a very strong statement here, they've sort of like opened the door for other financial institutions to take similar steps.
First Bank is always the first. So I believe it's something worth even copying by even other financial institutions. Coming to our relationship between the NGX, which is the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and Lagos State Government, we have a strategic meeting with them so that we can be able to see what value addition can we be able to add to what they have been doing in terms of raising financing, raising issue of bonds, so that we can be able to see from the other companies that they have, how many companies can we be able to bring so that they're quoted on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
For the second quarter, Zenith Bank, one of Nigeria's leading banking groups, held its 34th annual general meeting, while Tantalizers PLC held its facts behind the acquisition and presentation on its evolution as a company. Echo Bank Nigeria hosted the 2025 Adura Festival and ProShare led stakeholders to the launch of the fourth edition of its Tier 1 Banks report.
We believe that what Nigeria requires is what we call a GSM moment, a market-creating burst of economic activity. We saw this happen with the GSM technological revolution, which started between 2000 and 2001, which has delivered growth both in the lifestyle economy, the creative industry, and just totally transformed the nation. It will not happen with hype. It will not happen with propaganda. It would have to happen with actual activities. The American journalist Sidney J. Harris once noted, man's dilemma is that we hate change and love it at the same time. What we really want is for things to remain the same but get better. Unfortunately, staying the same and getting better really happen.
The third quarter was an interesting one with the Pearl Awards 30th Anniversary Summit that explored ways to deepen the Nigerian capital market and support sustainable businesses. A tour of the Dangote Petrochemical Refinery with market leaders with bold plans ahead for Nigeria's economy and capital market. The 12th Annual General Meeting of the NAST PLC, the Maiden MSME Finance CEO Forum, the 2025 African Social Impact Summit, leading the advocacy for sustainability, the Oil and Gas Conversation at the 2025 HSSE PSRG Richardson Forum, and the 2025 Employee Assistance Program Summit that explored deepening social and health insurance in Nigeria.
Government cannot provide adequate health services on their own. Individuals cannot continue to pay from their pockets. In Lagos today, the average person who will procedure will pay minimum of 8 million to 20 million. That's the range. And how many people can readily afford that? My thought and the experience from other clients is that health insurance will be one of the most viable means of financing healthcare in Nigeria. Healthcare everywhere in the world is very expensive. But if we're serious about health care for the majority of our people, we must look at a very ingenious way, a very creative way of funding healthcare.
The fourth and last quarter of the year, as usual, was a beehive of events, from major conferences to dinner and award event. These include the listing of the 23.4 billion naira Eco Rice Classic Sports contract on the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, orchestrating Nigeria's digital future at the 2025 Nigeria FinTech Week, the 2025 Society for Corporate Governance in Nigeria Annual Conference, the third edition of the Dark Rate Secondary School Debates Competition, listing of the Ministry of Finance Incorporated Series 2 Real Estate Investment Fund, the inauguration dinner of the 19th President of the Nigeria British Chamber of Commerce, the 2025 National Integrity Conference, ProShare 2026 Nigeria Economic Outlook Webinar, 30th Pearl Awards Dinner Ceremony, and the Alumni Association of the National Institutes Lagos Dinner and Awards Ceremony.
Grassroots productivity rises when states invest in processing plants, in storage hubs, in feeder routes and structured markets, not just administrative overheads. I think the other pillar would be diversifying IGR. For states to genuinely diversify their IGR, the starting point is expanding economic activities in ways that are safe, practical, and suited to their realities. Many states have strong potential in agriculture. They have strong potential in solid minerals, local manufacturing, specific services, tourism as well, and digital trade to an extent. But insecurity has made some of these sectors or some of these suggestions that I've just put forward a bit difficult and unpredictable.
There's no coordination. We are seeing some increase in VAT and in FAC allocation, but this increase is not translating to sufficient infrastructure. Apart from 7 states that we have seen significant growth, about 3 in the north, that include FCT, and 4 in the south. The rest, there is only a marginal increase in the investment they have done in the state. So it's not substantial enough to say that the impact of the reform will be felt and it will be sporadic. And if you compare that with what Bank said about the negative impact was very obvious on the people. 139 million people is what World Bank said are now living below the poverty line, according to the World Bank report that came, I think, last month or the month before. So here is it. The structural reforms had some impact, and I must say that some good impact on the economy, but it also had a side effect. So holding rate would also mean that for now, we need to watch what the economy says, because when you disaggregate reduction that is by more than 50% of what we had in March, the question many Nigerians will ask economists will be, if truly inflation has reduced from 34% to 16%, why is it that we are not feeling the impact directly on prices?
In terms of the capital market, investment climate, and what the government needs to do. Number one, we all have to know that the stock market serves as the barometer for the national economy. A robust and deep capital market indicates investor sentiment, the level of economic activity, and the confidence that the investors have in the economy. So any measure that goes in the direction of enhancing the depth of the capital market will definitely be investment positive.
What we are contending with now is how we are going to ensure that the 2025 budget is concluded before the end of December. It's going to be tough, and efforts are already in place to look at various options. And what is responsible for all this? It is not because government is irresponsible or there are no experts in the house, both in the Department of Budget and, of course, the Ministry of Budget itself. You know, we have a budget office and we have the Ministry of Budget and Planning. And then, of course, we have the Ministry of Finance and the coordinating economy ministry. So everybody is involved in this matter. By the time you look at some of these issues about budgets rolling into each other. You know, ordinarily government has what it calls MTEF, which is like most of the 3-year budgets are always rolling into each other. But this one happens because of revenue inflow to power the budget in the face of very serious economic reforms that are taking place.
Indeed, 2025 was an eventful year, and we anticipate an interesting year 2026 ahead. We appreciate all our clients, partners, subscribers, and stakeholders who have continued to engage, like, and drop comments on our videos across all platforms. To watch any or all the videos, log onto the website displayed on the screen and follow the social media platform. WebTV wishes you a prosperous year 2026.